welcome back to another episode of Tim Talks. Our guest today has been a part of 2 Women's World Cups. She's won the W League with Canberra United, the 2011-12 season, played for Brisbane Roar, Washington Spirit, Portland Thorns, where she won the NWSL Championship and also was the supporters MVP, and now playing for my club, Everton, in the WSL. Welcome, Hayley. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure. What's going on there?
Very excited to get over there. Obviously had the chance and was over there, and everything happening in the world, I got sent home, but really looking forward to getting over there and actually kitting up and playing.
You know, when I got that phone call and spoke to the staff, I just wanted to start here because that club's so close to my heart. And to find out that there's going to be another Ozzi there was probably the best phone call I've ever had. There's a lot of excitement. What was it about Everton that made you, want to come to that club?
Yeah, so Willie Kirk got in touch with me and just spoke about the club and the potential of playing there. And I didn't know too much about the WSL, but I had that chat with you too. And I remember I think I was like to you, I'm speaking with Everton, and you said to me, yeah, I already know, they'd already spoken to you too. But yeah, Willie just spoke really highly of the club. You spoke really highly of the club, and just looking at the team and the potential they have and kind of their vision for the future, it was something I wanted to be a part of.
And what type of player would you say you are? You can beat a player one-on-one, you have pace, you score goals, you create goals. What type of player are you? Just so we can paint that picture.
That's a good question. I think the word I would just use would probably be fighter. I feel like I'm aggressive, and I kind of give 100% all of the time. And, coming back from injuries, you can see that with that, but also just the way I play is kind of the same. It's aggressive and it's fast paced, and I kind of am always giving 100%, I think.
But what about you evolving as a player? Because we talk about America, we talk about Australia, we talk about now the UK. Tell me about America and that part that it's played for you, winning the league, also being an MVP, and football is massive. I was there. Tell me about that little bit of that journey and what you've experienced.
Yeah, going over to America was a big step for me. I ended up playing there for 5 years, so it was a long part of my career, and they're really professional over there. In Portland, they have massive crowds, a massive fan base coming out and supporting every week.
What type of crowds? Just to give us some insight.
So the Thorns get over 20,000 each game, which obviously for women's football for a club team is really big, and they're just such passionate fans too. They're honestly incredible. So winning the league over there and then being recognised by that fan base too, with that supporters player of the year, was quite exciting for me, because prior to that, I was waived from Spirit, from Washington Spirit. So to go to Portland to kind of pick myself back up and get myself back to playing well again, and then they kind of recognised me for the work I was doing on the field.
I know that you were in Australia beforehand and you've been to and fro there. Tell me about your experiences in Australia, even winning the league there, and the layers that you've built up to, how it's really helped you in your career.
Yeah, so the year 2011-12 season was when I won it with Canberra United, and that was actually my first season in the W League. So I just thought it was the best thing ever. It was so amazing. I was so young. I was still in school and I was playing in the W League, and we went that season undefeated and won. So it was pretty exciting. And then I moved back home a couple of years after that and played for Raw for my home team, and since played for a couple of clubs. But it's always so great to play in the W League because it's our home. It's where our family are. They can come out and support us, and we kind of feel a bit of a special place to for the W League because it's our home and it's our country.
And tell me about now. Obviously, you haven't had the chance to experience England properly, but tell me the comparison, say, from Australia and America, the growth of the game, and now coming to England in one of the biggest leagues in the world. Is there many comparisons? Is there stuff that you look at and you think now you're challenging yourself because there's so many girls coming here as well, even though in my opinion the women's league in America is just as strong as any of them. Tell me some comparisons and things so people can understand the leagues and the fan base just alone. What you said there is pretty crazy.
Yeah, so for me, playing in the W League, it was like my first time being a professional, and then I kind of stepped out of my comfort zone and went to America. And I think the two leagues, they're similar in physicality, the pace of the game, but the American League is, I guess, just that little bit more professional. The W League still isn't a full home and away season yet, and it's still kind of developing a little bit. So I think the W League can learn a little bit from the NWSL. And then for me, playing in the NWSL for those 5 years, it was great, and it challenged me a lot, and it really developed me and turned me into the player I am today. But kind of got to that point where I was then looking to expand my career even more. And for me, you can see how from the World Cup, when we went to the World Cup, you can see how much women's football in Europe has grown. So I wanted to kind of test myself again in a new environment. So that's why I made the move to Everton, and I haven't played there yet. I've watched a lot of the games, but I'm looking forward to actually competing in the league over there. And it's coming up soon, so I'm excited.
No, we can't wait to have you, because the reason why I asked that question about what you thought of yourself and the type of player you are, when I spoke to the manager, and even when I mentioned it to the chairman, what type of player is she? And I just said, you can't lose, because similarities to myself is I never give up. And I said, look, I hang my hat on this one, especially with Australian players. And the excitement that he had was just as much as me. And I think that's why we're excited to see you here in England. So are the Everton fans. And it's good because you're really pioneering the game. You're making the change. You're making the move. And do you think, like, for me, some of my failures has been the best thing that's ever happened to me? You said you got waved by spirit. Is that sort of scenario for you, that probably not at the time, but it was probably the best thing that ever happened because it opened that door?
Yeah, I 100% believe that too. It's funny because at the time you think, like, what am I going to do now? Or I'm not going to play soccer anymore, or I don't have a team. But within 24 hours, I was packing my bags and moving over to Portland, and it turned out to be the best thing because being at Portland was kind of where I was supposed to be.
All right, so quick fire with Hayley Raso. Barbecue or sushi?
Barbecue. I'm an Ozzi.
Home and away or neighbours?
Oh, neither. Can I say neither?
That's exactly what Steph said.
No, none.
Sausage roll or meat pie?
Sausage roll.
FIFA or Pro Evolution Soccer?
I don't even know what Pro Evolution Soccer is, so FIFA. I've honestly never heard of that before.
Favourite genre of music?
I honestly like all genres, and I usually just go to Spotify and go to latest music and listen to whatever comes on.
Oh, what's your favourite song now?
Oh, I don't know. Whatever the latest song is, that'll be my favourite song.
Surf or swim?
I'm a Gold Coast girl, so I should say surf, but I don't surf, so swim.
Vegemite or Milo?
Vegemite, 100%. I love Vegemite.
Pool or Bondi Beach?
What was that?
Pool or beach?
Oh, beach.
Cat or dog?
I'm going to get hate for this, but cat.
Interesting. Cricket or rugby?
Rugby.
Favorite holiday destination?
Can I say somewhere I haven't been? I think I'd like the Maldives or Bora Bora or somewhere very tropical.
Of course. Maldives is the place to go. I love it.
Yeah.
Cinema or Netflix?
Netflix.
Hayley's cooking or takeaway?
Takeaway.
Long black or flat white?
Flat white.
TikTok or Insta?
Instagram.
Weights or cardio?
Neither. No,
Yeah.
Cardio.
If Hayley wasn't a footballer, what would she be? Because for me, I'd be an actor, something like that. I don't know. Yeah.
I'd be a paramedic, but I'm studying to be a paramedic, so that's easy.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Okay, now this is serious, right? What's your reaction when we win the World Cup, if we do win the World Cup bid?
Like, you want me to tell you how I feel? You actually want to see my reaction?
I want to see your reaction. I know what mine is.
Oh, I don't. No, I can't.
I'm going
What
to
do
be
you
like
mean?
this. What? You what?
Do you actually want me to do like?
Yeah, I want that because Steph was doing this and that. But I just want to know what your reaction would be, because your reaction might be tears, crying, it might be sitting in shock. But
I
what's
probably
your
have the jersey running around the house going.
Okay, I want to see that on Instagram stories. Hayley Raso,
Okay, you got
it's been an absolute pleasure. Okay, so you're going to have your jersey around your head. Can you leave us with an inspirational message for the boys and girls out there that follow football, don't follow football?
For sure. I think it's just really important to believe in yourself and put in that hard work, because a lot of the time there are people who, you know, may not believe in you or who will doubt you. But if you truly believe in yourself and work hard to achieve something, then I think that you really can.
Amen. That's a wrap.
Wonderful.
If you enjoyed that video, consider subscribing to FTBL. And if you're not convinced yet, why not take a look at some of these other videos we've made just for you.